Moving on, 2 years ago on February 12th, photos of Pastor Uche Aigbe, the presiding pastor of the Abuja chapter of the House on the Rock Church, went viral after he mounted the pulpit carrying an AK-47 rifle. The church later explained that he was using the weapon to preach a sermon on guarding your faith. But the incident had swift consequences. The FCT Police Command arrested both Pastor Aigbe and Police Inspector Musa Audu, who was also serving as the church's chief security officer, for allegedly handing over the firearm to be used for preaching. Now the church is unfortunately finding itself once again at the center of firearm-related controversies. Just this past weekend, we all watched as the senior pastor and the founder of House on the Rock Church in Lagos, Paul Adefarasin, responded to viral allegations that he brandished a firearm during a street encounter. In a video that's making the rounds on social media, Pastor Adefarasin was seen holding a metallic object while speaking to a passerby who was recording him. Now, this content creator was apparently known for producing street interviews and is an automobile enthusiast. And he alleged that the cleric driving past in his Range Rover wound down his window and pointed a pistol at him. Of course, the clip quickly triggered online speculation, with some viewers convinced that the object in question was a gun. However, during Sunday's 9 a.m. service of the House on the Rock Church in Lagos, Pastor Adefarasin addressed the controversy directly. He has firmly denied owning or using any firearm and described the incident as a misunderstanding. He is now urging his congregation and indeed the public not to fall for misinformation or sensationalism. But the debate goes on. What's the real connection between House of the Rock clerics and firearms? Take a look at his response.
I was falsely accused of bearing a firearm, pointing a firearm at an aggressive content creator who came within personal distance. The only thing separating me and him was about maybe 3/4 of a meter and glass. I do not have a pistol license for a firearm. I do not carry a firearm, and I pointed no firearm at anybody. Amen. And it's our policy not to dignify hate speech.
You have heard what Pastor Adefarasin has to say. He's insisting that was not a firearm. We've got to be very, very careful of trials by social media. Indeed, we went out there and we do not know. And he has addressed it, and so we'll see how this unfolds. Let's take a look at social media. Let's take a look at some opinions on what you all had to say concerning this. At Cardinal says, there are lots of educated youth and adults in that congregation believing and even defending him. His actions were suspicious and raises serious questions and concerns. He shouldn't use grammar to sweep it under the carpet. And we'll take another tweet. At Ben Samuel says, as a Christian, I completely disagree with this. His actions raise important questions that deserve better answers. He should have at least brought the same thing he pointed to the guy before the church. There was a reason he rolled down his car window. To do what exactly? We need clarity. Unfortunately, many Nigerians tend not to ask the necessary questions and turn it into a religious war. Indeed, some people might argue that a religious leader should be held to higher standards. They should not engage in any act that brings fear or confusion. At Crypto says, absolutely lies. You are in danger, but you had time to wind down your windows. Why not present exactly what was in your possession that day to the church? Come to think of it, who was in more danger? The innocent young man with a phone recording who obviously didn't know it was even you in the car, or you? Very interesting. Moving on in our final story.